Yeah, this is really cool to watch this with all you guys. Appreciate you being here. First thing, I guess I should just give some context. We all know each other from high school. We go back pretty far, and so it's rare that I have the opportunity to ask you guys some questions about your process. We're usually just goofing around and doing stuff, so I'm kind of excited to talk it through with you. Are you ready? Here we go. I've often been in awe of your rhythm. As I'm behind the camera watching you guys work together, it's like you're almost like two jazz musicians that are anticipating each other and kind of adding like a complement and a contrast to what you're doing. When did you know that you could riff like that? Was there a moment that stands out?
I mean, I think.
Raise that up a little bit?
I think it's just.
Can I just say it all together so then we're like.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, so it's easy, you know. We just make each other laugh.
Yeah, just mess around.
Do you remember meeting in high school?
We met in middle school.
Oh, shoot. Way back.
6th grade.
What was the context? What were you up to?
I was waiting for a bus.
Yeah, we were outside of Batavia Middle School. If you guys are familiar, we were just hanging out outside before and after school.
You just knew right away.
Yeah.
You're perfect for each other.
Yeah, pretty much like
We fell in love.
making fun of teachers.
Yeah.
That's a good way in.
Mrs. Henry.
Yeah, I'm fine.
To be honest with you.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Henry.
Henry, R.I.P. or maybe not.
One of the main sources of inspiration for our film was the Batavia High School tennis team, which we were all together at one point, I believe.
Varsity.
And what were your doubles, number 3?
I didn't win any matches. 0.
What do you remember about those times, and do you feel like that informed the film we made in some way?
Definitely. I mean, Gary Heim, our tennis coach.
Yes, who the film is dedicated to.
Yeah. Big impact on all of us, I think.
Yeah, he had a certain sense of comedic timing that was really solid. And yeah, I think part of what we're doing is ripping him off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he would just kind of, for lack of a better term, shit on you. No matter how good you were.
I feel like, Brandon, you were really good at tennis.
Brandon was good.
And your brother, Ryan, you guys
Where-
were really
where's
good at
that
tennis,
Ryan?
but I
Where's
mean,
Ryan?
you were really bad at tennis. And I think the whole Batavia team was actually pretty bad. And I don't know if Heim even wanted to coach it or whatever. I don't know. We were playing against these Rochester teams that were so good. I remember we'd just be like,
Oh yeah.
oh man,
Ironically.
we just got crushed every week. So it's just, this was kind of fun. It was supposed to be hanging out.
Yeah, the tennis team attracted a lot of interesting personalities, a lot of like goofball people, and so it was nice to just be on the team together and mess around.
That was the only reason that I joined the tennis team. 'Cause I never played tennis before. And as you can see from the movie, no business coaching anyway.
Not very good. So in the past, a lot of the films that I've had you guys in, we've had sort of a lot more structure to it. There have been even lines that you had to remember and deliver and things like that. For this one, improvisation was pretty heavy. How much of this film would you say was improvised?
95%.
Yeah, and with it being so heavy in that direction, do you find that you prefer that approach? Do you like scripted lines? Is it hard to follow a thread when you're just sort of going off the top of your head?
Hard to stay in character when you're improvising a little bit because you're like, you do revert back to yourself a lot. Not that I'm like that guy, but you know what I mean? Well, you know, like, I don't know, like, yeah, when you have the lines, it's easier to be like, oh, somebody else wrote this, I'm that other person, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's easier to stay on track, but it's also at the same time harder to remember what you're supposed to be doing. So
Yeah.
it's a double-edged sword.
Probably the 5% of the film that was scripted is the one shot on the water where
Oh my
there
God.
is no cut and you were forced to remember every single word of a huge monologue.
I was killing daylight.
Something going down.
There were a lot of people
Yeah.
that wanted to take pictures of
Yeah, there was
it.
a lot of people on that pier. It was really awkward. Ian was wearing that crazy shirt. It was wild.
Very weird. Were there any times in the film where you felt in the moment as you were improvising, like, this is off the rails, we're never going to use this? And then you saw the film and you're like, oh my god, it's in the film. It worked.
I mean, that day 3 montage, training montage. Yeah.
I think like all the like the training stuff, the like running around. I didn't think I was just like kind of like getting myself in the character, but I didn't think you'd use any of that.
Running laps.
The mics are always on. Always. Careful what you say around Brandon when the microphones are on.
Yeah. I thought that the moment where you guys sing the Aerosmith song was one of those moments where I was like,
Yeah, I thought we were done shooting and we were just kind of like sitting there.
yeah. But then I was like, I don't know, this is such a sweet moment. I think I want to include it because it just brings you guys together.
It's
Bonds
good
you.
song.
It's good stuff.
We don't know the lyrics too
Yeah,
well.
but-
The melodies all there.
It's all in there.
How about these characters of Bert and Peachy? How did you build these people, and are they rooted in actual people, or are they just completely made up?
Totally made up.
Yeah, mine's good.
Like you developed, I feel like in the beginning when we were doing pre-production, we talked about voices, like as the starting point for the character, right? And you each sort of embodied a voice. How did you decide on the voice?
For me, it was basically just, I kind of just did my own voice. Yeah.
A little gruff, but yeah.
Yeah, a little more kind of.
But yeah, mainly you.
Mainly me for this one.
I think when you were messing around in your basement and then you were like, oh, try to go a little higher or something, and or if you put an accent on it, it seems like a different person. That kind of was like, oh yeah, maybe it is a different person that way.
Right. Yeah, giving yourself something to. Sometimes you can end up being yourself if you don't have the voice sort of like to project through.
You had to change it.
We had also done a short film, The Yard, episode 3, about a failed stand-up comedian, and I think some of you were borrowing from some of that character maybe?
Yeah, that's what you told. Yeah, actually, yeah,
I
you
knew
told me
that
to
was
see that
context.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
So not original. I ripped myself off.
If Paul and Bert were real people and they were in the audience watching the film, what do you think they would say about it?
Bert would hate it. Would absolutely hate
Like
it.
4 beers deep.
Or. See those beers he was drinking?
Yeah, tall boys.
It was early too.
It was really.
I think Peachy would be pretty. I think he'd be like, "Fuck yeah, dude." He'd be like, "It's turning over." It's, Tabby's like,
You think they're back
she's
together?
answering the calls.
Tabby or Tammy?
Tabby.
Tabitha?
Short for Tabitha. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think she's answering the calls. I think we got back together. I mean, wouldn't you want to see that too?
She'd be proud.
I think so.
That's what we want. That's what we want. Let's talk about just the process of working together real quick. We've been doing this, I was trying to think about 12 years now, I think, something like that. Definitely over 10. And I'm wondering how, from your perspective, have things changed since we started working together to now? Either in the process or the end product.
It's better. It's easier.
You're a better director. You're a better director and everything. I think you've got crazy film tricks now. So
We would film something that would take like 5. The end product would be 5 minutes long. Not even 5 minutes long. It would take hours and hours and hours to do because it was just completely improv and like we had no direction. We would just kind of get together.
Very good.
No, we had no.
We were just doing it for fun, kind of.
Yeah.
Not that we're not doing it for fun now, but it was more like there was no directive.
Zero structure.
I think you get more structure
So-
involved now, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing I realized is it's important not to piss off the people that are acting for you. Try to find a way to make it as easy and as comfortable as possible. Don't make Jordan run for any length of time.
Please. No.
And other things like that to just speed up the process and keep it fun, right? I feel like this movie was like pretty fast. It seemed like it all kind of happened.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to some audience questions, shall we?
Please.
Who is Gary Heim and why is the film dedicated to him? I think we kind of covered that. He's our tennis coach and legend.
She was also my science teacher.
Science teacher.
That's right.
Sick.
Ooh, here's a question for someone in the audience. How did John come up with double fault?
Oh, Brandon explained the premise, how the story was going to go, and so it immediately just came to my mind that because he didn't show up twice, that it would be double, and it'd be a fault because he didn't show up twice, so double fault. And Brandon went, aha.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely a lot of credit to the people who listen to me talk through these films before they're finished. Sort of pitching them and helping me walk through them. Credit to Jazz as well, my producer, my executive producer. Okay. Ian, you had so many great outfits. What was your favorite and why?
Sad that I I didn't have to rip that shirt. I had that shirt because it was pretty bizarre looking. Yeah, I went to Ambets with a peach in mind, and I just got all this orange stuff. But I'd say creamsicle. The orange shirt I ripped was. Just how easy it ripped too. I'm not that strong. It was an old fabric, and I was sitting there a while.
One of my favorite moments in the film is when you rip that. This is a big mistake.
I don't like the little shirt though.
You don't like that?
It didn't fit as well as I thought it would.
It was a statement, though.
Yeah, it makes sense.
For sure.
It was just being on the pier with it though.
Yeah, there were a lot of people around.
Yeah. We were at Huntington Park.
There was a concert at the Outer Harbor, so there was a lot of people.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
That sunset was gorgeous.
Yeah. Let's see. The press release mentions The Best of Times. How did that movie influence this one? So, The Best of Times is a movie. It's a football movie about a guy who drops a pass in the championship game and then convinces the town to let them replay the game so he can sort of find redemption. And obviously you can see the parallels there. But I told Ian, hey, check out this movie. Maybe this could be what we based it on. And then after I tried to watch it, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is good at all. It's really kind of a strange tone in that movie, and it's nothing like what we did. This film is definitely more indebted to Christopher Guest and all of his documentaries. So Best of Times may have been where it started, but not really where it finished.
And it's kind of funny, we started when we were talking about doing a 30 for 30.
That's right, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was keeping that to documentary.
Yeah, being able to interview you guys in the middle of the scene was great, because it's something you can cut around. With all the improv, it's really hard to stitch this together unless you have moments that you can shift in and out of. And so the format was nice for that. Ian, your character is kind of tragic but funny. How did you strike that balance?
I don't know, that's pretty tough. I'm not,
What is your secret?
I don't know, man. I think everything's like that, right? Everything's sweet and sour, so.
I think part of what you do so well in comedy is create a sympathy in the character. And there's something that really shows through. This character in particular is really struggling to get back on his feet, but he's completely unhinged too. And so when you put those two things together, I think that's maybe how it happened.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Tell us more about the old tennis footage. So, if you may have noticed, speaking of Batavia High School tennis, there are moments from that history that my dad was filming us when we were playing matches, my brother and I needed something to relate the fact that this rivalry has gone on for so long. And so using that footage was a nice way, again, just sort of cutting between real quick, because my brother and I don't really look anything like, the characters that are playing a match.
Come on.
But if you cut it quick, it kind of works.
That's pretty cool.
And so, I was just really happy to have all that footage. There's a ton of it, I'm just cutting around and getting little bits that were good.
Was there some 1999 in there? Is it, did I see 90s?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's maybe 96 to 2003 or something in there. Yeah, old school stuff, so. I feel like that's a secret of the movie, kind of made it work.
When's the last time you played before this summer?
Oh man, Dad, when's the last time I played?
1999.
2004? Probably. I mean, it's been a long time. Actually, Jones and I were on the court before you got there on the final match day, and I unleashed a forehand, and it was like the first time in probably 20 years.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good?
I mean, was it?
Any other questions before we close it up? All right. Oh, yes, yes, sir.
So are you gonna submit this to the Buffalo International Film Festival as a short? Or you're not prepared to go there yet?
It's a good question because the length of this film falls into no man's land
Right.
kind of territory. It's like 40-ish minutes, and shorts are usually 30 or under, and narrative features are usually like an hour, 15 plus.
Right.
So I was actually talking to Jeff, and there was this idea that we had about breaking it into episodes. Just not really sure how to present it outside of like a screening like this quite yet. So maybe Buffalo International Film Festival is a good way to go if they would take it, or maybe episodic. I'm not sure. Good question. Cool. All right, thanks everybody. We're going to switch to the
Thank
next
you.
movie.